I spent a full 24 hours, shaft in hand, watching the Le Mans 24-hour race.
Ferrari wins Le Mans from Robert Kubica.
By the time it had finished, I was tired, horny, and ready to watch the Canadian Grand Prix.
No question as we see him. Oh, no, McLaren's touch! That is,
Not that one. After qualifying, George Russell was on pole and Max Verstappen was second. And after their little tussle in Spain, I was ready to watch Max go full mental. Go full torpedo. Come armed. Try and slam George's girlfriend. George had spent the majority of the race preamble chatting shit about Jos, about other things.
Get his elbows out and show who's boss. Jos is the boss. So,
So I was ready for an on-track battle to settle the score. We were going to witness a battle of two cartoon characters, Woody and Sid. Fox versus Pixar. And what happened in turn one? Fuck all. What happened in turn two? Fuck all. Well, they didn't fight. Basically nothing for the majority of the race. During a safety car, George tapped the brakes, causing Verstappen to go by him, and they both jumped on the radio like two nerds going to tell teacher that they hadn't handed out homework. That was obviously for the benefit of the stewards, but still, whinging bastards. So Red Bull had a post-race paddy and went to the stewards saying that George did it on purpose. And the stewards said, "Get to fuck." So Woody got onto the top step of the podium next to his new best mate and his tiny brother. And it was also quite fun watching them chat in the cool-down room, having Max talk to George, like make a point of talking to George specifically, just so he had to respond to him, which I thought was quite funny. Kimi, little baby racing Jesus himself, finished third on the podium, bless his little heart. I mean, he started on fourth, but good for him. Probably the best teammate on the grid, actually pulling in points. Not bad considering he's been in Formula 1 for 5 minutes and had his umbilical cord removed 6 minutes ago. Not a completely shit teammate like Pando and Yuki and Liam Lawson and obviously Stroll. I also found out that Grandstand 24 at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is actually called the Lance Stroll Grandstand. A 3-day pass for that grandstand sets you back $840 or 455 quid. Included in that price, you get a TV screen in-sight, digital tickets, gift voucher delivered digitally, complimentary Lance Stroll branded bib, complimentary Aston Martin jam, and complimentary canister of LS18 branded copium for the Stroll fans. Nice touch. Nico Hulkenberg started 12th and finished 8th, which is not bad for the lime green tractor. Can Nico Hulkenberg cook with a half-decent car? I mean, we've seen it in the past, but could he replace one of the shit teammates that I've previously mentioned and pull in some half-decent points for another team? Has he been discounted as too old or just past it? I mean, I remember racing him on the PS2, was it PS2? PS3? PS3 F1 2010, back when I were a lad.
Man! Bathroom!
Fuck it, let's put Yuki back to Racing Bulls, let's fuck Lawson off, and then we can get Hulkenberg out of his lime green mediocrity and let him pull in some decent points for Red Bull. Fucking sound plan. He can make some proper energy drink cash, put in some decent results for the team, probably likely defend himself from Jos. I'd like to see Jos try to smack him. I mean, look at that fucking chin. I mean, I'd fuck him. Ferrari continued their downward spiral into therapy. Charles Leclerc managed to smack himself into the wall in FP1. He started 8th and finished 5th, while his elderly teammate started 5th and finished 6th. They were moaning about strategy, they were moaning about tyres, they were moaning about the fact that they should have been closer to Red Bull and McLaren at that track. Hang on a minute. Australia 8-10, China 5-6, Japan 4-7, Bahrain 4-5, Saudi 3-7, Miami. In conclusion, the average finishing position for Leclerc this year is 4.67th place, I suppose. And his elderly gentleman colleague is 6.44th place. In Canada, they finished 5th and 6th. Now, I hate to break it to the fellow Ferrari fans. This might be as good as we're going to get this year. That might be it. We've already heard that Ferrari High Command were getting ready to send Fred Vasseur on a one-way explorationary trip to Mars. So this might be as good as it gets. More on that in the Patreon. And finally, it's official. Lando Norris has been officially put up for adoption by Zak Brown. McLaren's very own boy has been put in a biblical baby basket and floated down a canal in Woking. This fuckwit was chasing Piastri down for a good while, right up his chuff, chasing with DRS down the back straight, threaded the fight between the big curbs, kept it off the wall of champions, went barreling up behind Piastri and went for a gap that wasn't fucking there. He almost took Oscar out. He did take himself out.
And if you go for a gap that no longer exists,
You are a fucking retard.
So they were clearly not adhering to the papaya rules we've heard so much about. And so the papaya rules ended up in a papaya incident, as opposed to my papaya incident where I used the orange fruit to pleasure myself because something actually happened in the fucking race. The race started, Ferrari had a meltdown, fuck all, papaya incident, thank Christ it's over. Kimi got on the podium, let's move on. I mean, the joke has been made. Ferrari managed 24 hours at Le Mans with 2 cars and another car that someone else was using, and led to a glorious win for Robert Kubica. I mean, Ferrari itself came 3rd and 4th, and AF Corso using a Ferrari car won the race. So what Ferrari need to do is build the car and then just give it to someone else. Let someone else run the team and let me destroy the factory in Maranello in response to crimes against the Tifosi. Anyway, in honour of Robert Kubica's return to the top step of a podium, please enjoy some of my new favourite music genre, Polish hard bass. Goodbye, see you on the Patreon.
Jump, jump.
How about you? You bet you make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.